time to look ahead to Week 16 as we will project the top scoring quarterback. Who is yours, Cynthia?
Take the same thing that you just, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is my number one. Take that, run it back again against Adam Rank's Chicago Bears.
Good luck.
I actually have both quarterbacks in this. I don't know if this has ever happened before, but both quarterbacks in this matchup forecast for a rushing touchdown, which I think is pretty fun.
Interesting.
But Josh Allen forecasts for more passing touchdowns and a higher score overall, although Justin Fields is a great play as well.
Right. Good luck to that. Jalen Hurts didn't even have a touchdown pass last week, so we'll see how it goes for Josh Allen. Brock Purdy, though, has been playing amazing ever since he's assumed the number one spot for the San Francisco 49ers. It's like when the WWE took a chance on a young wrestler named Brock Lesnar, who led them to superstardom, who, by the way, no, he lost it at SoFi, or at Levi Stadium, so never mind. I guess that would have been great if I was talking about Seth Rollins. But Brock Purdy feels like he fits this system way better than anybody else. If you watch him, he comes in, he's got a command of the offense. He's got a great arsenal of weapons. He has the ability to tuck and run for a score like that. So I understand the Commanders are a difficult defense. That front four is stout, but I still feel very confident with Brock Purdy.
I think you'll like this one, Rank. Speaking of players who can run it in for a touchdown, Cynthia has Justin Fields projected for a touchdown, and I think he's going to do a lot of running against the Buffalo Bills, who have just been ran all over as of late. He set the quarterback record with 70 rushing yards, at least 70 rushing yards, in 5 straight games. He has 22 or more fantasy points in 6 of his last 7. The other game, he had over 19, so he brings such a safe floor, such a high ceiling, and his pass catchers around him are getting healthier, which could mean even better results in the passing game. You know to start Justin Fields, but he's going to go off.
You like safe floors? What about like a no slip and you're wearing those shoes that servers wear? This is Patrick Mahomes. In 8 of his last 9 games, he's thrown for over 320 yards. He ran for a score in 2 of the last 3 games, and he's up against the Seahawks defense that could not get off the field at all. It's going to be hard times in the Pacific Northwest. So let's get the ones at running back, though. Looking ahead to Week 16, Rank, who you have?
I'm going to go with Deion Jackson. Yes. For real. I think this is a great matchup against the LA Chargers, who will be traveling across the country to go play the Indianapolis Colts on Monday night. And the Chargers have had trouble stopping people on the ground. And I think of a couple of weeks ago when the Miami Dolphins were running at will against that Chargers defense, and for whatever reason, they stopped and decided to start throwing the football. I think when Matt Ryan is your option to throw the football, you're like, no, we'll keep running it. And I think that's what Jeff Saturday is going to do. They just want to be very conservative in this one, try to keep that Chargers offense off the field. And the way you do that is go with Deion Jackson, who had a career high 13 rush attempts last week against the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm going to go with another sleeper running back here in Derrick Henry. His low-hanging fruit, right? I mean, in his last 4 games against the Texans, he has rushed for over 200 yards, multiple touchdowns, and scored over 35 fantasy points in each of them. In his last 4 games against them, like, that is monstrous. And you already know that the Texans give up a bunch of production on the ground, but Derrick Henry especially eats against them, and he is this Titans' entire offense. So if you have Derrick Henry and you're in your fantasy semifinals, start planning ahead for your fantasy champion.
Hold on, I'm going to get out my app and make sure that Derrick Henry's in my lineup.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, can you also make sure that Austin Eckler is in your lineup too? You have to wait for Monday. But the Colts defense over the past 4 weeks, they're actually been really generous to opposing running backs. They're allowing the most fantasy points per game and 8 touchdowns to running backs in the past 4 weeks. So when I'm looking at Eckler, who already has 14 scrimmage touchdowns this season, which is the most in the NFL. And by the way, those numbers on the board, they are correct.
They're correct.
Rank, yes.
You are correct, sir.
And Austin Eckler, RB number 1.
If you can't get a running back that's playing against the worst defense against running backs in the last 4 weeks, what about the second worst defense against running backs in the last 4 weeks? That's the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to keep taking Chiefs. Here's Jerick McKinnon. The RB1 over the last 2 weeks, his receiving numbers alone would have him as the wide receiver 3 over the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, Jerick McKinnon, the Seahawks defense, struggling.
Tutties.
Right now, yeah. Lots of receiving tutties coming up. We're going to keep going back to that. The number one's at wide receiver, Mike. Who you got?
Well, Tyreek Hill is pretty good. I think we'd all agree with that. But, Patrick, how good could a motivated Tyreek Hill be?
Oh, he's going to try extra hard?
He is motivated. He went out on Twitter after the loss last week and tweeted that he will never play like that again, and he is going to play better starting this week. And there's even extra motivation because this is a huge game as the Dolphins are fighting for their playoff lives. Look, you know Tyreek Hill is so good every week. He has the capability capability of putting up 140 yards like that, like faster than any receiver in the league. But now he's extra motivated. So yeah, you're gonna want to get Tyreek.
He's gonna run 27 miles an hour.
There you go. Get him in your lineup.
I mean, honestly, if he didn't do a poll, does it even count? I mean, you have to do the poll. I thought you have to do a poll. Am I going to play better next week? Yes or no? And I will only do the thing that you vote for. But Chris Godwin, he has the most targets, and this is a really good opportunity. So 8.3 receptions per game over the last 4. Arizona secondary. Buda Baker's awesome.
Yeah.
That's my nice
Great
things
player.
to say about him, right? But look, Tampa Bay most targets and receptions to wide receivers this season. So Chris Godwin is a good pick. Arizona, they need a win. They need to get the W.
They really do. And I think the Carolina Panthers also need to get that W if they're going to stay in the hunt for the NFC South. And I'm going to go with DJ Moore, who has had at least 18 fantasy points in 2 out of his last 3 games. He's played much better ever since my guy. Why can't I think of Sam Darnold's name? But ever since
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Got
Ever
it.
since he's taken over as quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, he's played a lot better. And I think as long as it's not Baker Mayfield, I guess I could have just summed it up by saying that. But the Detroit Lions, as talked about on the show yesterday, very good against opposing running backs this season, but they are still one of the most favorable matchups for wide receivers, allowing the second most fantasy points per game to wideouts this year.
All right. Justin Jefferson exists. What else can I tell you that you don't know about Justin Jefferson? He's 10 yards away from Randy Moss's single-season receiving record in Minnesota. He's had 9  100 yards games this season. As a freshman in high school, he was 5'7", 125 pounds, and his arms were somehow skinnier than Adam
So he was like me?
Oh, my God. Is that,
He was basically me?
Yeah. But
you know,
with
are we doing like, do my arms look big in this?
No, he was
Oh, they look
5'7",
big.
and 100. He was like 3
Oh, my
pounds
arms
heavier
look-
than me.
yeah.
They do look big in this.
No, they look super
Oh,
skinny. They look
I gotta
super,
get a
we're going to
new
mix
shirt.
it up
I gotta
here.
change this shirt.
We're going to give you the not-so-obvious
like
ones
it.
for Week 16. Let's go a little bit off the board. Who you looking at, Rank?
Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, I'm going to go with Drake London of the Atlanta Falcons. I think why can't I find the camera today? Drake London is going to be my choice going up against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have been really good against the run this season. They've allowed the 8th fewest fantasy points per game to running backs, which means they're going to have to throw the football to be successful. And Drake London, you know what? He's had the talent. He is the first wideout drafted this year. I think that there's an opportunity with him and Desmond Ridder. Hopefully they can start to establish a connection moving forward. It's one of the reasons why they made the switch is to start looking forward to next season, even though they are still in the hunt for the NFC South. But I'm expecting, Drake London to be peppered with targets and it to translate to fantasy points.
Love Drake London, not so much his coach. I also love Darius Slayton. And look, I know he struggled the last 2 weeks, but prior to that, he was averaging just under 14 fantasy points per game in his 6 games prior. The Vikings, not only do they allow the 3rd most fantasy points to receivers, but they allow the most yards to out wide receivers and the 3rd most on passes of both 10+ and 20+ air yards this season. Slayton is their best out wide receiver. He's also their best downfield receiver. So I have a lot of waiver wire claims trying to get him, and if I am lucky enough to get him, I'm going to start him this week.
So when I'm starting this week because his quarterback is back, yeah, Kenny Pickett's back, so you want George Pickens.
Oh.
Pickett to Pickens, Trubisky to Johnson.
Okay.
You got it?
Got it.
Pickett to Pickens.
That's the key.
That's the
It's like
that's
an
the-
SAT question.
Exactly. It's like those. This is to this. Is that is to that. And-
Trubisky is to Deontay Johnson.
Yep.
Those always
As
confuse me.
Kenny Pickett is to
George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Yep. You know what's gonna happen?
What's that?
A tutty. You want to pick on this Raiders secondary. And for whatever reason, you need to show people that your cards have turned into boomerangs. So I
Yeah.
don't understand how this is going on.
That's been pretty good. That's one of the things that you get.
I think this may be an obvious one, but we don't talk about defenses a whole lot, so I just wanted to throw it in there. Because the 49ers defense is taking on Taylor Heineke, who for some reason defenses can't catch the ball when he throws passes that should be picked off. The 49ers will not. They will not miss those opportunities. 12 takeaways in the last 5 weeks. They're going to win you a fantasy title before DeMeco Ryans goes on 76 job interviews. And is that card still there? Rank through that card.
It was a boomerang.
It went all the way behind the cameras and it came
Pass
back.
Joel. We're
one's
starting
over there.
starting to get these to check.
Oh,
Oh, literally hit the camera. That was all. We're never going to top it.
Oh, geez, that's Tuesday's toast. Trying to get him to check like a Phil Mickelson flop. Oh, why'd I say Phil Mickelson? Phil Mickelson flop shot.